Public transport is most certainly among the most important things that any major commercial airport should have. Sure, a comfortable and efficient design of the airport as well as managing flight schedules and destinations is all important and all, but it would be a shame to see those go to waste if you don't have efficient transportation to move people to and from the airport. Most airports in the world stick to the big three of airport transportation: cars, buses, and trains. Private vehicles, taxis, and ride-hailing services unfortunately aren't very efficient as they take up too much space on the road and can cause congestion. Buses and trains, however, are much more efficient as they can transport more people at once in a short amount of time. Buses and trains can sometimes also be more comfortable than a private vehicle, though comfort entirely depends on your transport operator and other factors to consider, such as your time of travel, crowdedness, and whether you are carrying a large number of bags. Because believe me, you would not want to be stuck in a train with multiple transfers carrying an ungodly amount of luggage. A large number of airports around the world have successfully implemented efficient public transport. For example, London Heathrow provides two main modes of public transportation, being the buses, which consist of TfL's bus services, operators such as Arriva and First Bus, providing services to nearby towns, and lastly, National Express and Flixbus, providing intercity bus services for passengers wishing to continue their journey to a different city. As for the trains, Heathrow has three main railway options, those being the rather old but still decent Piccadilly line, which is a tube line operated by TfL, the newer and much faster Elizabeth line, which is also operated by TfL under TfL Rail, and lastly the Heathrow Express, a slightly faster but more expensive option into central London. Though the Heathrow Express only goes as far as Paddington, and if your destination is not within walking distance from Paddington Station, it is conveniently better and financially better to take the other options. But then again, it's up to you as to which option you wish to take. Another example of good airport transportation would be Amsterdam Schiphol. Located just southwest of Amsterdam, Schiphol Airport offers two main modes of transport: bus and train. The buses consisting of local buses mainly operated by Connection, as well as intercity buses providing seamless and convenient journeys to the city centre of Amsterdam, as well as towns and cities in other parts of the Netherlands. As for the trains, Amsterdam Schiphol offers some of the best railway connections in Europe and has been ranked among the top 10 airports in the world for the best railway connections. From Schiphol, you are able to take any direct regional or intercity train services operated by Nederlandse Spoorwegen. You can even catch a ride on the world-famous Eurostar into Belgium, France, and the United Kingdom. In summary, both Heathrow and Schiphol are one of the most efficient and convenient airports in terms of transportation. But of course, not all airports around the world are built equal. Jakarta's Soekarno-Hatta International Airport unfortunately falls into the slightly worse category, but fortunately it has been improving for the past few years. Ever since commencing operations in 1985, most travelers traveling to and from Soekarno-Hatta Airport relied on private vehicles, taxis, and private shuttles and coaches. In its early days, the airport was deemed far too car-centric and lacked any planning on public transport. However, as the newer Terminal 3 commenced operations in 2017, the airport has had some major transportation upgrades at the time. The Airport People Mover or SkyTrain commenced operations in 2017, connecting Terminals 1, 2, 3, as well as the railway station, which I call Soekarno-Hatta Central, but most locals would just call it Stasiun Kereta Bandara. At the same time of that year, the Soekarno-Hatta Express, now called the Soekarno-Hatta Line, began operations connecting the airport to downtown Jakarta, running from Soekarno-Hatta Central to Sudirman Baru, though in recent years it has been extended to serve Manggarai to better connect to the rest of the commuter line network. Now, the new trains were great and all, but Soekarno-Hatta Airport still lacked one thing, and that would be a properly integrated bus network. Now, at the time, most buses serving the airport were either private shuttles or unreliable private bus operators, often charging at a ridiculously expensive price, by local standards at least. Luckily, Transjakarta came to the rescue in 2023 with their brand new SH1 route, running from Soekarno-Hatta Central to Kalideres and vice versa. SH1 originally ran as a peak hour only service, though services were extended to normal hours in May of 2024. To say the least, the route wasn't exactly the greatest, as it mostly used slow side roads and only went so far. Ridership on the SH1 consisted mostly of airport workers, with only a few handful of actual travelers. But as the A2026 holidays started nearing, and ridership started to grow rapidly, Transjakarta knew they needed a way to keep up with the demand. And so, they launched the much more convenient and useful Route SH2, running from Soekarno-Hatta Central, this time utilizing the highway, all the way to Blok M, passing by important areas in downtown Jakarta, such as Gatot Subroto and Sudirman Tamrin. The journey takes about 90 minutes or 1 hour and 30 minutes for both directions, and the fare is set flat at 3,500 rupiah, though it is expected to be increased soon as, well, it's an airport bus, what do you expect? And Transjakarta needs the money to provide better service, I suppose. But fortunately, it won't be as expensive as whatever Damri, Sinarjaya and Bluebird are cooking over there at the terminals. The fare is set to change in approximately early April. Luckily, I've managed to catch a ride during its soft launch last week, and I've put together an excellent time-lapse for you to watch, and I will leave my personal review at the end of the time-lapse. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Transjakarta. Terima kasih telah menggunakan layanan Transjakarta. Semoga selamat sampai tujuan. Terima kasih. Pemberhentian terakhir stasiun kereta Bandara Soekarno-Hatta. Terima kasih.
And now it's time for my personal review on route SH2. SH2 is extremely well planned. Its city terminus being Block M, one of South Jakarta's most conveniently located bus terminals, and passing through Jakarta's most important districts with bus stops conveniently located near major trip generators. The one fix that could really make an impact on this route is if it stops at the airport terminals. Currently, passengers have to alight at Soekarno-Hatta Central to change for the SkyTrain, which can be quite inconvenient, especially for travelers who've packed heavy. So, having two options to the airport terminals would make it extremely convenient. SH2's fleet consists mostly of Laksana City Line 2 Metrotrans buses with modified interiors to include a luggage storage area. The buses are very clean, spacious and comfortable, perfect for long journeys to the airport. As for the frequencies, you can expect a bus arriving every 12 to 15 minutes. In my opinion, this is still quite infrequent for an airport bus. So this is due to the fleet being limited at the moment, but once Transjakarta gets their hands on some new Laksana City Line 2 Metrotrans buses, I'm sure they can increase the frequencies to every 5 to 8 minutes. The overall ratings will be displayed here. And that concludes everything for this video. I hope you found it helpful if you're traveling to Jakarta soon or you're just a transport nerd who wants to try out the airport buses. Either way, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you wish to, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.